They'll throw on first down with Ryan. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. There to stop him, Terrell Edmonds.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. It's a gain of 5, and it'll be 4th down. The Vikings send out their punter. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. And this will be taken at the 13. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. And on the ground they go with a running back. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace. And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain. On first down, Mahomes. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those...
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 30. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. Space to run past the 20. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. Give him 18 yards on that one. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to...
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. A great play there. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Elliott now to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Johnson on the counter. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And they're going to face a 3rd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits, and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Screen play, Johnson. Gets by him, and now a little daylight. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a 1st down. One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
In on the stop, it was Travarius Moore.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Now it's Ryan. And this is going to be incomplete.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Seahawks will take over at their own 20. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block would be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And some room to maneuver. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. It's a big play there for Seattle. 51 yards on the ground. One of the reasons that this team is on this win streak, big runs like that.
When you see runs like that broken off, you know this is a team that's confident running the football. A big reason why this streak has occurred, they've come together, had a plan, and stuck to it. And when you get big-time runs like that, it makes it easier to stay with it, doesn't it?
Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Now Mahomes throwing on 2nd down. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands, That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss. And
trying for right, and it's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they'll throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
They begin the drive with Johnson. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
On second down, Johnson. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up.
Ryan hit, and he lost the football. And this will be recovered at least by the offense, but he'll be taken down in the end zone, and that is going to be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's in his own second quarter, already closing in on a 100-yard game.
And that's the magic number for a running back.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Preston Smith in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Now here's Mahomes, escaping the pressure right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Mahomes going to throw. The open man is sharp. It's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, it's almost a tendency breaker.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. Mahomes now on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
On the right side, open is Gesicki. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurate.
And caught up. And this belongs to the Vikings. Charles, he lost a fumble last week as well, so now back-to-back weeks, maybe you expect that from your tailback, but not him.
You're exactly right, because you work a lot with your running backs about how they have to protect the ball in traffic, but downfield in open space, that's dangerous as well, because you may make someone...
And can you believe it? It's a second safety in this ball game. And this defense continues to dominate. How about two safeties in one game here?
You don't even put that on your goal sheet. This is something that results when you're playing really well on defense and the offense has nowhere to go with the football. Dominating performance.
Look at DJ Chark as he and the rest of the offense head back out. Second quarter here, he has only one catch, but they have the lead. You got to think, though, he's going to be more involved at some point.
That's what you would expect, but sometimes what defenses do to take away a player of his magnitude, it costs them in other areas. And right now, with them losing, they may have to change their focus, and maybe he will open up a little bit more as the game goes on.
Yeah, well, so far, just the single catch. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Mahomes now on first down. Flush to his right. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Now, before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 20, and a return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
All right, work with me, partner. This is a classic understatement. Their execution has been very poor. Last 3 drives, 2 interceptions and a fumble. Winning football? We're not seeing it right now.
After the interception, here's Ryan. And these guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. Evan Ingram was the intended target. 3rd down here. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They go play fake. Mahomes. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. Final shot before the half from Mahomes. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And this is taken in at the 5. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
And they'll run it here. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30. The Seahawks on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, and sometimes that just happens. It is the NFL. They will make some plays against you.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure.
Face mask. Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A great effort there with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. And it's up and good. Elliott now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Ryan now to throw on third down. He finds Coleman. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. First target, first catch, and a first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
20! And he is down deep into Seattle territory. A huge play there on the screen pass. 42 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got just pin their ears back and get after him now.
He's going to get it running right. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, He ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting.
Ryan hit, and he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
What part do they went empty set there? No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
The tackle credited to Deshaun Elliott, the safety.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Green 39. Green 39.
On second down, here's Mahomes. Flushed out right. Open man right side is Ingram. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
And he's got his man on the out route. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
So left side, it's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Mahomes now to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. That one doesn't find its target, but all in all, he's been much sharper this week. He was under 50% a week ago, and now he's up over 70%.
Well, you know it's standard for quarterbacks and receivers get together for a little extra time each and every day in practice. I get the sense they got together for a lot of extra time this week to try and improve that passing percentage, and it's worked out quite well.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Mahomes to throw once more. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. Elliott now to add the extra point.
I think it's easy to say mission accomplished on that drive. The goal was to increase the lead. They did exactly that.
Elliott now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now out comes Minnesota. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Here's Ryan to throw. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a first down. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Back now in Seattle, Washington. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Throwing now, Ryan on first down. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. On second down, Ryan. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. Touchdown, Vikings. Brandon Coleman, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no zero. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
The first play of the drive there is incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've got an answer for it.
And he comes back with one complete. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play.
And it's a fumble. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards, and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A good pickup there, a 22. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Mahomes to throw on 2nd down. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Here's Mahomes to throw. Being chased out left. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down. Mahomes throwing on 4th. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. But I I believe a Seahawk was able to get a handle on this, so this will remain Seattle ball. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Vikings, they come up big down near the goal line.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him.
Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They'll hand it off now. Johnson had a decent move, but brought down quickly just outside of the 5-yard line. Denzel Ward, the number 4 pick in the 2018 draft, making the tackle from his corner spot. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. From the gun, it's Ryan. Over the middle, the catch by Coleman. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. The Vikings send out their punter, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. Fielded just inside the 30. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels, because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right? And sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages.
What may seem a little unorthodox to some people, got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. Wide open receiver complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Looking to throw is Mahomes. This will be caught at about the 5. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Now Mahomes. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone can stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that's leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Fielded about a yard deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. And out now come the Vikings. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him and they bring him down. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. From the shotgun, Ryan. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this third down play takes place, as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. From the gun on third down, Ryan. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Seahawks,
we coming, man. Free the guys, man. PNV. Skirt, skirt.